Okay, nice. See you again. We are going to start in 1 minute. So just for others to prepare, if you decide to sit on a mat and you just go ahead and prepare, and maybe it's good for you to have a knee blanket, because right now I think it's a little bit hot for the weather. So if you are sitting in an AC, have a cool air, so it's good for you to prepare a knee blanket to cover your knees when you sit or when you take meditation. If you choose to sit on a chair, I think that's the same thing, because we are going to sit 20 minutes. So it's better for you to have something to cover up your knees while we're sitting. And the reason why I didn't use that, because I'm going to do the demonstration. So right now I feel okay for me. I don't have AC here. So right now I think that's time for us to start today's sitting meditation. Again, we will do some stretches or some kind of warm up. Okay, first, the head. Just loosen your neck, looking down, and move to your left side. Back to center, move to your right side. Back to the center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center. Now slowly rotate your neck or your head from left side to right side. Slowly, left side to right side. Left side to right side. Now from right side to left side. Slowly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, our shoulder. Two hands on our shoulder. We rotate our 2 arms. Frontward, backward, front, back, front, back. Now back, from front to back. Front to back. Front to back. Front to back. Okay. Now our arms and our hands. Left hand and patting from your shoulder and down to your fingertips. And your fingertips to your shoulder. Your shoulder to your fingertips. Right hand up, shoulder to your fingertips. Fingertips to your shoulder. Shoulder to your fingertips. Fingertips to your shoulder. Right now, We're going to relax our knees, our waist first. So rotate our waist, right, left to right, left to right, okay, right to the left, right to the left. One more time, right to the left. Okay, our knees. If you're sitting on a chair, put down your 2 feet. And if you could, now hugging your own knees, your left knees, like these, close to your body. 1, 2, 3. And put it down slowly. Your right foot. Pull your knees close to your body. 1, 2, 3. Put it down. Again. Your knees. 1, 2, 3. Put it down. Your right knee close to your body. 1, 2, 3. Okay, put them down. Okay, straighten your spine. So raise up your left foot and your toes up. Hold it for 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And your toes down. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Put it down. Your right foot. Toes up. 1, 2, 3. Toes down. 1, 2, 3. Now, your left foot. 1, 2, 3. Toes down. 1, 2, 3. Your right foot. Toes up. 1, 2, 3. Toes down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Shake your body a little bit. Okay. Now prepare for sitting meditation. But today we are going to still practice our sensational feeling. Right now, we practice to feel the whole body, not anymore part to part, but just the whole body. What are you feeling when you sit? About the whole body situation. In that manner, we can feel ourselves and also observe the changes while we do the sitting meditation. But remember, if you have so many flying thoughts around, don't grasp them. Just let them be. Let go of everything. But remember, just your breathing and your pure feeling. When I say pure feeling, that means I don't grasp my emotion. I don't add my emotion in my feeling. Just the feeling from our physical body. So after 3 knocks of the wooden fish, we will start. Before we open our eyes, please rub our two hands till they are warm. Massage your face, your neck, your shoulder. Again, rub your two hands, massage your arms, your hands. Rub them again, massage your legs, your knees, and your feet. After that, please be prepared for walking meditation. Xi Qilai walking meditation. Time to take a break. Okay, 1 more minute. I'm sorry if you heard during your sitting meditation a lot of noises. Actually, it's from the outside because we got a notice from the community service saying that our surrounding, we have so many trees and 10 of them, they grow too fast and block the truck's side. So they ask us to trim the trees. That's why this is the second day we are trimming our trees. We have a lot of trees and bushes around. So I'm sorry if that the noises interrupt your meditation, but actually that's what we are practicing. During this, in every kind of environment or situation, even though the noises, maybe you just heard the noises. And if you keep breathing and don't pay attention to the noises, then you can feel better. But the second way is that you just listen deep to the noises. So, but you don't have any emotion saying or criticizing that sounds terrible. The noises interrupting my meditation. So with that kind of attitude, you just listen and you just pick up its rhythm, because all the noises, they have their own rhythm. Like someone snore at your side, you just follow the snore or follow the noises, and you found them, they have pattern, and that doesn't bother you. I think there's a way of we doing the awareness practicing. So that's one thing I have to say. Sorry to you if you heard a lot of noises. It's all from our trimming tree. So that's why I'm going to talk about the mind in the technology era. Maybe you can say, oh, the era. Yes, to me, it will be long existing forever. Technology, we cannot avoid that. Even though maybe some of us, we don't like to use some kind of too complicated thing. Or you can find nowadays, we almost under the control of our devices. I think we have to admit that, right? So that's why I'm thinking, what can we do to train our mind in this technology era? And especially in this situation, we don't ask for it, but that's the trend. That's the situation. That's the modern situation we have to all accept, and we are forced to accept that. So let's go to see what's the meaning of technology. Of course, we'll see that technology is a science or knowledge. Okay, solve problems for us or invent useful tools for us. So it means we have, oh, sorry, I have to go back. We are benefited by the modern technology. I think that's the answer. Yeah, that's technology. Technology gives us more convenience, give us more joy, right? Just like the four givings, the technology all give us that. Convenience, joy, and what else? Confidence. We have confidence to use technology. So it seems all good. I mean, in the modern time, everyone has Facebook, right? I think most of the people here, I think you have computer, PC, you have, of course, you have cell phone, or maybe you have 2 cell phones or 3 cell phones, or you, for the convenience, you must have your iPad. So many things we are holding, so many things we are using. So we are wrapped around by the modern technology. And you will find that even though we're using these modern devices or technology, but the scientists said, right now we are changing. The peoples are changing. Changing from what? According to the new scientists publishing in 2017, you can see that half of the developed world, I mean, in the modern society, most of us, we are addicted to something, of course. And the numbers are growing. I think we all agree with that. But there's one thing that's a little bit changing. Before, we are chasing or we are addicted to the material things, right? We buy more and more things. But right now, it found out that we are changing our habits, our behaviors. So it says, but where once the bulk of our addictions were to substances, that means the material things, the things you can see, but now they are to behaviors. We are addicted to our behaviors. I think we all agree with that too, because it says something like online game. You can see people, when they sit together, they don't see each other. Most of the time, you will find out they bending their heads down and they are doing their online game or they are receiving their lines and posting on Facebook and Instagram and viewing on Netflix. And of course, checking emails and mobile phones. So there is a technology term is techno addictives. That means you do a lot of turn on, touching, swipe out. We are all doing those, right? Everyone here, we are doing this. Surfing, swiping, and clicking. So we are more connected than ever before because we are using modern technology. But there's one thing we have to be aware. Even our dependence on our devices getting worse. That's their conclusion. Because we are dependent on our modern technologies too much. So a lot of people right now, and maybe you will find out the younger generation, they have different perspective from before. They can make friends through online. They don't have to see virtually, I mean, physically each other. They just talk online. They can type very fast, but I found out some of them, they are very quick clicking, but when you talk and have connection with them, sometimes they are lack of conversation. They don't know how to communicate with people. I found out there's one thing like that because they depend on the technology things too much. So that's
the new scientists said, we are dependent too much on our modern devices. And what's going on if we have much dependence on the modern technology? It says, one of the main challenges to the mind in today's world, that's addiction to technology. I think most of us, even though we don't want to agree or to admit with that, but actually that's the fact. We are wrapped around by all modern devices. So what do we do with our mind? Our mind will be led by the modern devices. Our mind, of course, our mind will be affected by the modern technology. But since we are taking the meditation, and of course, meditation is going to train our mind. But how can we train our mind within, wrap around by the modern technology? So I think that's a very important for us to ponder, to think about. So we got a very big challenge in front of us. So here, that's, I like this picture. Someone gave it to me. See, we have camera, calculator, we have TV, we have all things. We got wrapped up. And our mind, if we don't train our mind will be lost in these games, in these technology games. Okay, so here, and there is one result. That's if we overuse our modern devices or we had much dependence on the modern technology, it will have some physical and mental effects. That's physically, then of course, we are isolated from the group. We are lacking of the relationship with the society. And of course, I don't know, you have been observed that some of the kids or the college students during this pandemic, they feel depressed and anxiety. And two of my friends' daughter and son, they got depressed at home by the 1 year more isolation from their friends, even though they of course, they are using their technology. They are using devices to contact with friends, but it doesn't give them any hope. It's not the real relationship because they feel that once you step out, you don't feel secure. So they isolated themselves just on their rooms, and they can just play on the game one whole day. So of course, under these circumstances, they feel depressed and they feel isolated. They don't think outside world is safe for them. So physically, we will feel like that. And of course, for our health, a lot of them, we have a poor posture, we have sleep problems, of course, and our eyes getting affected by staring long time to our modern technologies, or modern devices, or our PC. just like me, I found out my eyesight is getting poorer and poorer because one day, in just one day, I had to use my computer for the meeting, for teaching, for contacting people, at least 9 hours in one day, at least. So I think most of us, if we stay home too long, we feel that effects on us, and that's not healthy. So if we are talking about a healthy mind and balanced mind and balanced body and mind, what should we do? We cannot change the situation because we have the technology provides us convenience in our life. It helps us to solve a lot of problems in our daily life. So we don't have to really just pay the phone. We don't use the telephone for a line telephone. We have Wi-Fi. We can contact every corner in this world. So of course, it's so convenient, but the side effects, we have to be aware. That's the doctor said, we have physically and we have our mentally. So that's the side effects from overusing or depend too much on the modern devices. Okay. And right now, how could we do that? We have some ways, or we have some skills. I mean, the first to get a little bit down to overuse our modern devices. And these answers here are part of from my other class students. I just raised the question to them because they are the very young student. They use computer almost 12 hours a day. So I said, yeah, we could have some ways to overcome technology addiction. What would you write down? What would you suggest? So these are their suggestions. They said, take a rest, that take technology times out. So you can see some of the very useful advices from the doctor. If you're using your computer for 40 minutes, you need to take a walk outside for 10 minutes, right? I think that's the best policy. That's the best advices from the doctor. 40 minutes using computer, staring on your screen, and 10 minutes walking, stay away from your PC or your iPad or your cell phone. So that's one very good suggestion. Just have some times out. And of course, use devices smartly. And what is that? How can we use our devices smartly? And some of them said, if you want to really take a rest, you put away, just like you put your cell phone in other room, not right on your desk, in other room. So when you want to contact someone, you have to walk to that room and you can have more room for yourself. So that's one thing they said, that's use devices smartly. And of course, in Buddhism, when we do or when we promoting Buddhism, we can use our devices smartly. So you will find out a lot of virtual meetings, a lot of virtual activities are all using our modern technology. So smartly, that means if we can use in a right way, and we can raise up people's knowledge, or we can advance people's wisdom and their perspective and thinking in a wise way, that we are using our devices smartly. And of course, they said, have more outdoor exercise, to see the woods, to walk in the woods, or to set up a time for the brisk walking on a park. And the fourth one, go to bed early. That's not from my student, because they are young people. They like to sleep very, very late. That's one, I put it up. Go to bed as early as you can and wake up early, even weekends. Why? Because we are building a habit. Just like we mentioned the last week about the nine abiding the steps, or we have the 10 ox herding points. The successful way for us to practice mindfulness is that we build up a habit of meditate. To build up a meditation habit, it helps us. So please get up or go to bed or get up early, and even weekends, that building a pattern in our life, in our daily life, so that we can cultivate more. If we just let back and just play on the screen, or you do everything you want and you don't set up a rule or a schedule, we tend to be very lazy about that. We don't build up a good habit, and go to bed early and waking up early is really a good habit for us. The fifth, don't use your computer before bedtime. Even though they said that, but when I asked them, any one of you, are you really don't use your computer before bedtime? They said that's impossible. I think all of us here, that's impossible. We have to keep our computer open all the time, right? Even before our bedtime. But here, that means just give yourself a chance. If that day you really don't need to open your computer, and you just don't use your computer, because a lot of sleep problems, or from giving too much information and getting too much affected by the computer or by our cell phone. So it will reduce our sleeping time. Just set a time when you go to sleep and you put away all the devices that will will affect you. So if we could, we can do it possibly. And also, install plugs on your computer. I think that's it's a good way. And just like I just said, just keep your cell phone out of the bedroom. When you sleep, you just sleep. Just like when we practicing meditation, you put away your flying thoughts, you put away your personal emotions, you put away the seeing, and you put your seeing, your hearing in a rest, so that you will not be interrupted by them. And also here that by a lot of us, we use our cell phone as our alarm clock. But there is one student, he was so cute. He said, if we don't use our cell phone as an alarm clock, and I suggest you to buy a normal one, not using your cell phone. So he said, buy an alarm clock. That's maybe the old-fashioned one, so that you won't have the effect by your cell phone. So I'm thinking that more and more in the future, when people ask you, who are you? You just show your cell phone, because the cell phone represented you, right? In some day, yes. Who are you? See, my cell phone. And right now, cell phone even have your fingerprints. So this is me, your cell phone. So everyone has cell phone, and these representing each one of us. So we have a very close relationship with our cell phone. We really need our cell phone. So how can we do with our mind? We can build up a habit of just leave a little bit away from our technology addiction. We can build a habit. We can use less of our technology devices. But what about our mind? The strategies is only a way, but the most important is that our mind. How can we train our mind? We don't just run away from the modern technology, because it's not the right way. In this society, we use technology, we use modern devices. And what about our mind? So here, the Buddhist said, we have to receive the fact, because everything is impermanent, so we accept the changes. Even though the modern devices in some way is controlling us, but remember, the modern devices are objects. If they are objects and our mind can decide, we using our mind to use the object in a right way. Just like the Buddha said, we have to practice the middle path. We follow the middle path. We use our modern devices with wisdom and compassion, and without attachment, without greed, or without cravings. So that's the accurate attitude when we're using our modern devices. And of course, we know that mind is the cause of suffering. If we can train our mind when we're doing the meditation to let go of everything. And we build up our mindfulness of our mind. And of course, we build up a good habit, and then we won't be affected too much by our modern devices, because we cannot avoid using all these, but we have to use it in a good way, or it says with wisdom, with non-attachment. So it will help us, provide us convenience, of course, provide us joy. When I say provide us joy, is that a lot of people, they have to stay at their homes, or they cannot go to the country. A lot of immigrants, they have a lot of relatives in different countries, in Iran, Iraq, or Pakistan. And they can use Wi-Fi to contact their relatives, their parents. I think when they see their faces and talk to each other, really, they have joy. So of course, our modern devices provide us confidence, provide us convenience, and also provide us joy. So it's good to have the modern devices, but we have to use it in a way, in a good way, okay? And that's what I want to share with you for today. So keep using that, but please, when you take meditation, put them away, put them in another room so that you won't interrupt during your 20 minutes meditation. So you don't want to stare at your cell phone and while you're doing your sitting meditation, because that way it won't help you to build up your awareness and build up your mindfulness. Unless you want to build up your mindfulness on your cell phone, then you can do that, okay? But we are building our mindfulness of our mind, our pure mind. So please, if you still have the habit of having your cell phone around you, in front of you, please, from the next time, just keep them away to another room, okay? So that's my sharing for you today. So we are not going to see each other until the next month, I think, right? Okay, so I will see you in a new June month. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you, Shefu. Thank you, Mangang.
Thank you so
much.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Mangwan Shifu. Thank you for all your healthy information. Thank you, Chichang.
Bye.
Bye now.